your considerations when you are deciding the equipment to use, or like, for example, the camera to shoot, or
I think for that, I think Eric gave me the limitation of 2 days.
Oh, 2 days.
And we only have 2 days. We have the whole orchestra to cover, which sounds huge. And the unique challenge was to really throw in the social distancing aspect. Everybody needs to be 2 meters apart.
Yes, so SSO was on set, yeah. So SSO was on set, with a measuring tape, making sure everybody was really 2 meters apart. So when you're watching the music video, it's really like that.
Yeah, so even though I tried to cheat a little bit, they said, no, must be 2 meters. Then they take a measuring tape and like, okay, make sure.
So that was why our blocking of the artists were in that particular manner, up the stairs and the way it was, yeah.
So that itself was a challenge. So because we have so many, the whole orchestra to film, we only have 2 days and we want to have, we want it to feel grand. So, look at the video now and then look at the video, imagine if it's just pure a Zoom session. So it's a world difference. So I think we wanted them to feel that you are exactly there. When they play the particular instruments, you're close up. But you also cannot be so close up because the talents are all spread out. So it's kind of like, it's kind of like close up but not close up. So I think the choice of equipment was, I felt the full frame camera would be good because not only we are shooting talents that is socially distanced, we are shooting a location which is nicer, so which is Esplanade, right?
Exactly.
And it really speaks a lot about the national patriotic feel. So Esplanade, a big location with people spread out. So and I thought full frame would be good, and then something that has the max dynamic range in the industry. So there's only a few, which is Venice is one of the pure go-to choices. And then we paired with a wide-angle lens or wide full-frame lens, sorry. Yeah. And then that will help start, to build the music video. Yeah.
So you mentioned that it's just only a few cameras available in the markets, apart from Venice. So what are the other brands and models that you actually consider before really deciding on the Venice? Any other brand?
I think what we considered, I think we probably had we can decide on either a Red, an ARRI or Sony Venice. These were the three we were in consideration, and then I think at the end of the day we picked the Venice because I think it's something new to me. I want to try, and I heard about my friends in Thailand shooting a lot on the Venice, and they said the dynamic range is very good, and it's very good for skin tones, and the full frame will just give you a whole different effect. So I just thought this is the best project to try because Esplanade is not only wide, it's also tall, and so that's what we try.
So you guys mentioned about the skin tone, the phenomenal color signs and all this whatnot. So how was your experience when really shooting with the camera? Like on set, how do you find the experience?
I had, on the day of the shoot actually, so that was the first time I touched the Venice. I think he passed it to me and I probably have only about 60 minutes to prep the camera and to start rolling because we were shooting on the spot. So I think prepping the camera was really straightforward. It was straightforward, reliable, and what I like most about it has so many outputs, SDI outputs that really spoiled me for choice. For most other cameras, I always have to daisy chain my signal, so it goes into a monitor and goes out to. Whereas for Venice, I have a spot of choice. I can really every device has one output from the SDI signal and the BNC signal. So that was really good. Power is a straightforward thing. Put the battery in, it runs, and I think it was on throughout the whole entire shoot. I think the camera hardly off the camera at all. So it really gave me a peace of mind when actually shooting it. I think what was incredible was thinking back actually is what I saw on the viewfinder and what I saw on the final post in the post-production stage, and even the one on YouTube now is pretty much what I saw on the viewfinder. So it's what I see is what you get, and it's nice and beautiful. One of the biggest concerns I had was shooting inside Esplanade Dome where we have natural light coming in, and then the whole windows are tinted with ND filters. ND filters means filters that make the internal space not so hot. So what it does, these filters will also distort the color a little bit. So I was very worried that whatever I shoot, the talents that I shoot, the colors may not turn out as what we see as it is, because I believe the ND filters will always give you a bit of a green tint to it. So that was one of my biggest worry, because we were shooting, I think almost half of the video was under the glass dome, number one. Number two, on the stage, we were using stage theater lights, which is very different from film lights. And then the color it gives off maybe a bit different, and the color temperature and the tint also may be affecting my image of the skin tone of the conductor and Benjamin King, and I was very, very worried about that. So what was this? I did my best to craft the light and to make sure that the color is somewhat there, but I know it's not there because I know that I know my color. My color sensitivity is very there, so I know it's a bit off, but I just really hope that it could work in post. So what we did was we did our best on set, and then we bring back to post, and I think post did an amazing job in touching up, and I heard it was very straightforward to take out the green tint and to adjust the white balance back on the face, and even for Benjamin King and for the composer, like even though the lights are not the correct color temperature and the correct tint, I think it turned out really fine. So that's something that I was worried about, and what the color science gave me the confidence, to shoot with that sensor again.
Sony.